Alright, good to have you back. I want to start off with a recap of the last series. Alright, okay. So, by the 7th inning of the first game, Figgins and Jones each had 4 hits. Well, actually, to be honest, it was 4 by the both of them, so it was 2 each. Not only that, but in the same amount of time, Loney and Anderson had 6 hits. Or 3 of them each. So Loney and Anderson then get 8 hits worth by the end of the game. Schmidt was very solid in not giving batters hits against. Back-to-back homers by Loney and Jones in the second game. Nearly all of the D-backs starters in the second game had at least 1 hit. The first 3 D-backs hitters, Burns, Hudson, Jackson, got 6 hits. And that's on the whole of it. Now, also, Doug Davis pitched really well for the D-backs, up to the Isturis double, which was able to tie the game in the last few innings, yet could not hang on, even in spite of it. Alright, good. So that's that. Now, so each time that there's been a cycle of about half a month or 15 games, 15 days in total, I'll look at the stats, which I'm doing here. Alright, so let's say, for example, as an instance, our team culture has been budding, okay? It's still the start of the season, but maybe Andrew Jones throws a house party to mark the beginning and the success that's taken place thus far. Alright, so let's say at this house party, we have several players that attend. Maybe James Loney comes dressed as a giant teddy bear. He's got this big mask that he wears over his head, and he's got a attire that matches, and it feels like what you'd expect when you touch a child's teddy bear. So he's like this big teddy bear, and he's maybe the center of the party. As well as that, you also have Joan Figgins and Raphael Furcal, who arrive in matching Mario and Luigi outfits. Blue denim overalls, red or green shirt, top, red or green cap, and black boots. So, they got matching attire. It shows with regard to their speed and the other assets and abilities they have at the plate. And then, maybe we have Brad Hawk, and he brings 5 different flavors of ice cream. Green tea, chai tea, maple walnut, butter pecan, and maybe cookie dough as well. Alright, so he's bringing the food. He's got the ice cream, the treats. So that's Brad Hawk. Jake Gibbons adds fish sticks, french fries, and funnel cake. So he as well is bringing some snacks to savor upon. Then Darren O'Day beats Jason Repko 2 games out of 3 in chess. Clayton Kershaw prevails in ping pong over Brad Penny 7-11 contests. And then Jeff Francis is a loner, so he's sitting in the corner reading a puzzle book. Alright, a little more detail. Maybe for a short interval, there's music during the party. Meister Isturis briefly dances with an experienced ballerina. Garrett Anderson later joins them in waltzing around and later stumbles over after too many cocktail samplings. Perhaps Jeff Kent brings along a martial arts expert who gives a short lecture on self-defense techniques and later demonstrates several attack tactics. Russell Martin attempts to kick a wooden board into 2 pieces and makes a small crack in it. Alright, that's it. Party over. Well, there we are. That was our party. Alright, so now we have our first game of this series. And it looks like we're playing against the Rockies. And Dodgers are in the lead. What looks like it could be a shutout for Brad Penny and any other pitchers to come in later. Alright, so I want to tell a story related to what's going on in this game. So maybe we have two young boys in the upper decks, and they have masks on, not masks that people would, entice fear, but maybe it's science fiction, action heroes, or figures that are well known in today's society or modern culture. Maybe it's Darth Vader and the Wolverine from X-Men and Star Wars. So these two kids are wearing these masks, and maybe they're on camera. They start to play rock, paper, scissors, shoot. And maybe they keep playing and, it's over and over again. But the camera covers this several times. So who wins the match at the least on the whole of it? Is it going to be Darth Vader from Star Wars, or is it going to be the Wolverine for X-Men? Well, that's up to you to choose. Alright, here we are again. New game. Second game. Looks again like the pitching is performing, and it's going to shut out the opposing team. I mean, you think about it, the Rockies, they have such good batters. Todd Helton, Garrett Atkins, Matt Holliday were all really good at being able to hit the ball and excel. And that atmosphere, that environment, those surroundings, that habitat. And, that shows a lot. Their pitching wasn't always as esteemed or excellent during that time, as in that span. But despite that, I mean, it makes you think about it in depth, how to be creative and strategic in such context to perform at that level, given what we already know about the stadium and the park factors. Alright, so let's see. Looks like it's still shut out. And despite this, there's maybe been 3 more runs to go thus far. 4 runs in a single inning. So that's quite something. Quite a performance. I don't think in real baseball, as it is now, it doesn't seem to happen as much as one might like. I mean, with the steroid era and the steroids, it's been quite inflated in terms of statistics. So as a result, you're going to see more of that type of phenomenon ensuing, but not so much as of right now. But this was quite a while ago. This is 2008, so you have to keep that in mind just as much. Maybe toward the end, after the peak phases of the steroid era. Alright, so here we are again, looking at our pitchers and changing them as needed, as directed. Alright, now for this game, the story here. Now this is a little bit of irony as an analogy. What we have is Plato Smith at the cave, not in its exact form, but maybe say, for instance, we have our leadoff hitter, and he first comes to bat in the top of the first, and he hears a loud knock, and he looks around to find out where it could be from. Maybe there aren't many people that have arrived to watch the game as of yet, but he hears this knock, and he states, "What is that? What can that be? What am I hearing? Where does it come from?" So he looks around. He wants to see if other people take notice. Maybe there's a blaring dump yet again. He gazes at the catcher and umpire, but maybe they don't notice at first. So he finally steps into the box, ready to hit the ball and be at the plate when the pitcher throws. And he hears it a third time, so intense that even the pitcher and other players that are there jump up and from their spaces, if they're on the mound or at the bases and whatnot, they come running toward you, who's the batter at the plate, to inspect and see what's going on. And they're trying to figure it out. Okay, we hear this noise. It rings over and over. Okay, what can it be? We don't see any clear sources that are very evident. Okay, well, maybe it's the plate. How can it be the plate? That doesn't make sense. It's a flat surface. It's just positioned for the sake of the game as a whole to continue in progress. Well, it turns out that they keep hearing this noise and they can't figure it out. So what they have to do is they get a drill, and they have a man come who has expertise and professionalism in trying to determine these situations. So he takes the drill and he drills holes into the plate. I don't know if the plate is glued to the dirt or what, but a person comes forth. And how did he get stuck there? Where did he come from? Okay, maybe he's languid and unkept, but he's there. Now what?